it's good to move forward to the next rank, which is a blue diamond. And whoever is a blue diamond, right? Because from diamond to blue diamond is like $30,000 and $50,000. Yeah. So you should give yourself between 3 to 6 months from diamond to blue diamond. Yeah. And from blue diamond, 50,000 to 100,000. Yeah. 3 months, 6 months, maximum is a year, maximum. Yeah. So fastest, maybe about 3 months you can achieve if it's fast enough to develop your team. So the secret behind is to invite all your diamonds, all your 3-star, 1-star, 2-star, or new members to join us. That's how you can speed up from blue diamond to black diamond, and black diamond to crown diamond. Yeah. So means from black diamond is $100,000 to crown diamonds. Yeah. Maximum it should takes about 1 year. That is max, or max is 2 years from black diamond to crown diamond. That is a maximum. 1 to 2 years, that is a maximum. Because from $100,000 to $300,000. Yeah. So it's depending on how fast you want to make your income. Yeah. How fast you want to change your life and to achieve all your dreams. Like Abdul, definitely that is a single account where we are referring. Yeah. You might have a VIP, which is 3 accounts, right? So some of you might be a black diamond, but who makes over a $300,000 as well. But that is accumulated with 3 accounts. Yeah, so we are referring as one account. Yeah, one account, single account. So that is very important. So my advice to all of you: keep on forwarding. We have a Hirojit from Manipur. Keep on forwarding. Yeah, and this is the Zoom where we connect one another, learn from one another. I think this is the most important time. Yeah, if you are very serious, keep on forwarding right now, right now, right now. And during that time, during the training, my advice to all of you: you should do like live Instagram or live Facebook. I'm going to do that. Whoever is my Facebook friends, I'm going to do live as well. So it's like showing people that no, wow, amazing that we have a lot of participants, a lot of members, leaders from around the world. Basically, definitely, like yesterday, it was like 25 countries attended the Zoom last night. It was over 200 participants. Congratulations to all the leaderships and members here who invited and joined us. And this is the time where you should share. Keep on sharing, like and share, like and share. So definitely, these are power attractions where people ask you what is the business that they are dealing right now. There's so many international network, no? So I'm just giving you some tips how you're going to go on Instagram and Facebook Live as well. Okay. So let me just check it out. Our host for tonight. Yeah, Shaz is here. Hey, Shaz, I'll be putting you as a host. And after that, you can put me as a host. Thank you so much. Let us put our hand together. Welcome, Shaz from Malaysia. Can we give a big reactions to Shaz from Malaysia as a host? Shaz, the floor is yours.
Hi, hello everyone. Once again, Happy New Year! And I just realized that Zoom has new features again now, so it's very interesting. We can add more things on Zoom. So I've always had difficulty getting growing a mustache, and suddenly now I have mustache. Yeah? All right. Okay. So for us to begin today, we're very lucky to have our Crown Diamond leader Martin, all the way from Uganda, on our training session today. So let me begin by sharing my screen. Oops. All right. Today is the 10th of January, and right now in Malaysia is 11:05 p.m. And to our friends across the globe, you guys have just begun your day. It's really amazing. And today we're very lucky with our leader trainer all the way from Uganda, someone who have made more than 420,000 US dollars. And this is very important because learning from people who have achieved success will ensure our success. Okay. So for those who cannot hear me, okay, or specifically that you have new guests coming into our Zoom session today, this is the method to guide them how do they activate their audio in Zoom. The first step, if they're using their phone, is to click join audio and select call by device audio. Once you see the little mic on the left, that means they have successfully connected into the audio. All right. And for those who have joined us for the first time today, you do not know why we do this. It's very, very important that you need to rename yourself on Zoom so that we can keep track how many new people are with us. How do you do that? Go to participants, click rename. If you're an existing member, just put your name plus your country. If you're not a member, you're invited by someone, put your name plus in bracket, put the person who have invited you. Say today I'm invited by Leader Tiger, I'll just put shares in bracket Tiger, and that will be the name for my Zoom session today. All right. Later on, for those who do not know how, this is how do you give reactions on Zoom, and most of the time you'll see me repeating myself. Let's give reactions to our trainer or give reactions to our testimony sharer, because this is very important. The only way we can give them a reaction is through Zoom. All right, so you can do this later on. And for those who have not gotten your e-business card yet, you can actually go to your e-business card and redeem it at 30 PSP only. Is available in your redemption mall, and this is very important because this is your digital identity when you do this business. A lot of times when you meet people ask what company you're from, do you have a card, and this is our digital card. I mean, we live in a very modern age, and we build our business digitally with the e-business card. All right. For those who are joining us in January, unfortunately, this campaign is not for you. But for those who came in the middle of November or in December, this campaign is still ongoing for you. 60 days challenge. If in 60 days from the date of joining, if you achieve a total of direct sponsor income up to 2,500 PSP, you will get one Galaxy Tab S7 personally. All right. And for the top two highest, you get one Samsung Note 20 Ultra and also one iPhone 12 Pro. So if you're already gotten your Galaxy Tab S7, continue. If your 60 days is still running, continue to fight for more, because you may walk away with an iPhone 12 Pro as well. Later on during our testimony sharing session, please refrain yourself from asking any questions. If there are any questions, please refer to the person who brought you into this Zoom meeting, or the person who referred you into the business, or your immediate active upline. If the person who invited you into this Zoom is no longer active, speak to their upline, or sometimes we say to their nearest diamond. That will be easier. All right. If you do not have anyone to assist you, you can go to for further assistance. Please drop an email to bdd@icrystalcell.com to look for Miss Anita. She can assist you from there exactly how. All right. So without further ado, I'm not going to waste more time on my introduction. I'm going to pass the stage to our very, very important trainer of the day, Leader Martin, all the way from Uganda. One round of full actions for Leader Martin. And Leader Martin, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. My host, that is Mr. Shas, and our dear CEO who shared with us earlier before our host came in. Thank you so much for the wonderful privilege that you have offered me this Sunday. Yeah, Happy New Year to all of us, to all the trend champions, all the trend makers that are already part of the family world over. I take a moment to welcome each and every one of us from our respective countries. I would like to appreciate the leaders from Nigeria, from Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, UK, Manipur, Malaysia, India, and everywhere. USA, as our coach was sharing, I'm told we have many people from the US. Welcome, and we are happy that you are with us today. I have some bit of interruption. Yeah, so today we are gonna discuss a lot to do with our business, to do with success and being that champion that you've always wanted to be, and especially as we begin off the new year 2021. 2020 was a very challenging year to many businesses out there world over, and at Phytoscience, much as many other companies were crumbling, at Phytoscience ourselves were going up, and at Phytoscience we are taking advantage. So we continue to embrace the power of the Zoom and to make sure that we meet up online and make things happen. Yeah, so this year we are gonna see a lot more happening before us as we move towards achievement. Yeah, so my name is Martin Ahaisiwe. I use Retire Successful, and I represent Uganda and the entire Phyto family. I'm always very excited to be part and parcel of the Trendmaker family. I also want to take a minute to welcome those that are joining in for their very first time. If it is your very first time, maybe you can give us a reaction there as we welcome you. Yeah, let me see those who are here for their very first time. Do we have any? You're here for your very first time. Give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up from the reactions, and we will welcome you in a special way. Wow. So most welcome to those who are from the rest of the countries, those that are partnering with us. And if you are here for your very first time, we give you a special vote of thanks, and we hope that you enjoy the next few or 2 hours with us. Yeah, so I'll start with our theme song at Phytoscience. I can see we're at 125 participants now. Let's keep forwarding, and make it to 200 so that by the time we start formally, we have everyone with us. Yeah, so in the meantime, I'll play our theme song, the one that keeps us guided at Phytoscience. We are the trend maker, and indeed, we are the trend maker. Always, we lead the leaders. Every other person gets to our back. Everybody follows us, and we are proud of that. We are proud of being trend makers, and especially in the industry of multi-level marketing or industry of or network marketing. Yeah, so let me play. I hope I can share my screen.
Leader Martin, you may want to increase the volume a little bit.
Yeah, we are the trend makers all over the world. Yeah. Next time I'll share the relics so that we can all tap into it. We talk about impacting lives and putting a smile on someone's face. Yeah. So once the health is enjoyed, once one is better, automatically they'll blossom. So we impact the world that way, and of course we are the trend makers. Yeah. So I can see we are already at 142 members or participants, and yeah, I'm still waiting for 8 more to join with us. So let me continue sharing this. We can have something. As you forward, so that we can hit 150. Yeah. So when the egos are growing, as they get old, they pluck out the feathers so that new ones can grow. And they are very confident. They fly above the rest of the birds, and their focus is so sharp. Once it is time for catching the prey, they don't miss. Yeah, so let's be like that ego, and for us, we belong to the ego power team. And yeah, we get started. I can see our numbers are almost there. Yeah, so today we are going to be tackling a very powerful, important topic, and yeah, it is a very good one. Mr. Shas, can you see my slide?
Yes, we can
Okay, what do you see there?
build up your future.
Yeah, let's build up our future, and yes, it starts with you, and it starts now. Yeah, so I want to congratulate each one of us and welcome you into the new year. Happy New Year 2021. And I'm sure you are destined for success. You are destined for a lot of achievement this year. Whether you manage to make something out of 2020, whether you manage to achieve to some level in 2020 or not, this year 2021 is truly your year. And that's why we are saying, let's build up for our future. Yeah, let's not stop fighting. Let's keep moving. As you can see, that lady in the background there, she's continuing to climb the mountains. She's continuing to climb the hills. As you can see, our CEO is still with us, continuing to deliver to us. Mr. Shas is here with us through 2020 and 2021, just like the rest of us, the rest of the leaders and your own selves. So let's continue fighting on, and sincerely, the future is bright for all of us. So I do understand that we have many people that perhaps are from different companies, different backgrounds, and perhaps you have different experiences in life. You might have come to this Zoom and you have some challenges in the background. You have some challenges from wherever you came from. You might be having some people in your family that are not well. You might be having some people that have succumbed to the COVID-19. Yeah, we are sorry for that, and you know, we can only console, you know, comfort you and present our condolences. But amidst those circumstances, amidst whatever it is, we want to mention to you that you have to keep strong. You have to be strong in order to move with us. You have to be focused in order to succeed with us. And sometimes we call it a need to empty the cup, the empty cup. You know, we have that story of the empty cup clause. And I'll remind you today about the empty cup. Yeah, so, you know, I have something here. I don't know whether you can see this. I hope you can see it. This is a small cup that has just been delivered to me here. And I can, you know, I can put it the other way around. It is empty. That's why I can comfortably, you know, turn it up. So this is an empty cup, and I can easily fill it with whatever I need to fill it with. And when I fill it with whatever I put in, then the name will change. The name will change. If I put in tea here, it will become a cup of tea. And if I put in maybe milk, it will become a cup of milk. You know, same applies to a bottle. Same applies to a glass. If it were a glass like this, sorry, check the other side. If it was a glass, just like this one here, you know, I can still turn it upside down, and I'm still comfortable holding this glass because there's nothing in it. And the same applies as we talked about the cup there. You can choose to fill this glass with any liquid or any substance and to become a glass of that substance. You know, it can be a jar like this one here. You see, this one is almost filled up, so it becomes a jar of that substance that you have put in. So I just want to do an illustration that I did some time back for those who are with us as we open up, especially for those that have recently joined Phytoscience from other companies, from new ventures, you know, other businesses, and you have decided to be part and parcel of this Phytoscience family. So you need to be strong with us. So what we are going to discuss today, and not leaving aside what has been presented to you before, you might find that Phytoscience looks like those other companies out there, but we are not the same. We are not them actually. Yeah, so there is a difference at Phytoscience. When we talk about network marketing, we believe that we are unique in our own style, in our own way, because of the results that we are already enjoying and seeing at Phytoscience. What we've been able to witness, especially for my case, in about 4.5 years now, slightly more than 4.5 years of doing Phytoscience. Yeah, so when I have my empty cup here and I decide to fill it up with say black tea, you know, or a coffee. This time around I use another object just for illustration, which is a bit dark so that we can be able to understand it very well. So I am able to fill this because it is empty, and therefore there is an allowance to fill it to capacity. So I'll fill it, I'll drop in this liquid and fill it up, and I can, you know, it comes to a point when it is almost, you know, spilling. So if I continued, it is full, I can say it is full now. But if I continue to fill it up, if I continue to pour because I still have more here, automatically whatever I'll put here will just spill and it will be a waste. As you can see, it will be a complete waste, as you can see. So I cannot fill it beyond its capacity. Yeah, it cannot be filled beyond its capacity. The same applies to the glass. Even if it were a glass like this, and you put in something, a substance or liquid, up to some point, it has a capacity that it can hold. So if you go beyond it, automatically it will spill. As you can see, it will spill. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm just doing this simple illustration for especially those that have recently joined us at Phytoscience, just to indicate to you that yes, we do welcome you to Phytoscience. We do wish you the very best at Phytoscience with us. But it's very good to understand that we can only be able to help you make your way through Phytoscience if you empty that cup, if you choose to empty that cup. If you choose to forget about the life that you have been living, if you choose to forget about and put aside the challenges that you have gone through, if you choose to put aside, those problems and troubles that have, that you have gone through last year, 2020, to eventually arrive in 2021. So sometimes you need to empty your cup. And when I talk about emptying the cup, is actually emptying the mind. Let's empty the mind. Let's have a clear mind. Let's be ready and set, to enjoy this Phytoscience. Let's create an allowance. So if I were to add more into this, I would automatically have to empty the glass. I would have to empty the glass or empty the cup to make sure that I'm able to add in more. So you have to consume it. You either consume your tea if it is in the cup, you consume your water, your juice, whatever it is, so that this glass can become more or less empty, or you can create space where the rest of the juice or the rest of the liquid will actually be poured. So that is to mention to us that if we need to add in knowledge, if we are seeking knowledge, if we are seeking information about Phytoscience and training about Phytoscience so that we can succeed in the same, we have to create that space that is required. We have to create the gap that is required for somebody like our CEO, for somebody like Martin, for somebody like Mr. Shas, and every other trend maker to help us grow in Phytoscience. So we become anew, we become afresh, so that a lot can happen in our lives. So thank you so much, and I hope now I can proceed. I would like to appreciate our CEO for introducing us to the Zoom. So what I was talking about is the story of the empty cup. And we have a renowned late actor who really brought it up in a very good way. And he quoted, and I don't know if some of you know this gentleman here, will appreciate. For those who are very good at, is it called, what game is it? Martial arts, those martial arts, and kick something. I forget what that game is. But people who are very good at that, I'm sure you can recall this legend. Yeah. So he says, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. This fluid you see here is shapeless. It is shapeless. So that's why if it is put in a glass like this one, to become a glass of water or a glass of juice, if it is put in a cup, it becomes a cup, a cup of tea, if it is tea. If it is put in a bottle, it will become a bottle of water. So the liquid is shapeless, and therefore what it is actually makes the name. So if you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into the bottle, it becomes the bottle, meaning the bottle of water. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot, and that's how it goes. So be water. Let's be formless like water, shapeless like water, so that at the end of the day, we can regain the shape that we need to regain. We can become the person that we want to become in the near future. Yeah, so the usefulness of the cup is actually in its emptiness. If it is filled with the substance, it can no longer be useful, except if that substance is removed or is consumed, and then it will become useful. So we are now in a new year, and I want to welcome you once again into this 2021. If you are in 2021, 10 days down the road, 10 days into the new year, and you haven't developed a clear vision, a clear picture of where you are headed and what you want to achieve, then you may have to reconsider. You may have to review that position tonight, because you are late into taking such a decision. You are late into getting to know where you are supposed to be and what you're supposed to achieve this year. So it's important to develop gadgets in the mind. It's important to allow your mind to refocus, to think and see where you are supposed to be by the end of the year 2021. So for us, we chose Phytoscience because through Phytoscience, we believe our future is well defined. We believe that we are going to achieve a lot with Phytoscience that we lean onto. Yeah, so just like the medical doctors, today we're supposed to be in a sharing with Dr. Jamba in Uganda, who unfortunately had to attend a funeral somewhere, and that is why he's not with us. But with the doctors, normally if one has a challenge and they are presented to them, in most cases they will require a blood sample. They'll somehow collect a blood sample from you, and in most cases they will put it under an eyepiece that constitutes a microscope or any other gadget that is used in that regard. So formerly, most of them used the microscopes, and why will they get the blood sample and present it on a slide and then put it under that device? Just because with the open eyes, with your naked eye, you can hardly see certain organisms. So it is very important to employ gadgets that will actually zoom in, and help you see afar, see what your naked eye cannot see. See beyond the mountains, see beyond the hills, see beyond 2021. We are getting into 2021. We are in 2021, but you need to see, you need to analyze and see your future beyond 2021. It's not just about 2021 or 2022 or 2023. No, it's about the next 50 years, the next 40 years, the next 30 years. Where do you see your family? Where do you see your projects? Where do you want to be? Where do you see your career in the so many years to come, 10 years and plus? So that's where we come in and say, only he who can see the invisible can actually do the impossible. Only he. If you can imagine what others cannot imagine, then only you can make it happen. Only you can achieve it. Only you can consider it possible when to others, it is impossible. If you can imagine it, if you can imagine that you can make a lot of money in Phytoscience, if you can imagine that you can achieve it in Phytoscience, if you can imagine that you can move from a silver, become a platinum, and gradually become a crown diamond, a crown ambassador, and a crown president at Phytoscience, then you can make so many things happen. Yeah. Whereas it is impossible to others because of their mindset, it is possible to you because of your mindset, and you choose how your mindset is going to perceive all this. So sometimes it's very, very important to engage in such. Yeah, so we have a lot of goals set for the year. We have a lot of, that has been put on the lists. We have our name lists, we have our diaries, I believe, that are ready. We have already put the people that we want to get in touch with this year, perhaps this month. And basically, your goals are clear. You have put everything. You have a vision book, and you can see yourself achieving all that. But along the way, I want you to be prepared to face these wonderful people, these wonderful people who think that they know it all, who think that everything is impossible, who think that whatever you have written down on this book, on this sheet here, in this diary, in this vision book, is impossible. That's what they think. That's what they will try to bring into your life. That's what they will want to portray before you as you run the race towards your goal. So you need to be very careful about your friends. Yeah. Remember, you are one in that crowd of the society. So if you have decided to come out of the crowd in that society that thinks more or less the same, that thinks alike, then you need to understand that you have to design ways of going past these people. You have to design means of overcoming these people along your success journey. So you'll find relatives who are ready to disappoint you, who are ready to, trash down the Phytoscience engagement that you have just started, who are ready to frustrate you in one way or the other. You have some relatives that you approach, to offer you space so that you can meet a few people at their gardens, at their hotel, and they will frustrate you. You will have some uplines, so-called uplines in Phytoscience, some leaders who will frustrate you. There's a lot that is going to happen. All that is aimed at instilling what we call fear in you. And once you submit into the fear, once you submit into fear in business, you are doomed. That's the end point. That's the beginning of frustration. That's the beginning of curses on your own business. That is when you begin to feel that you cannot make it. That is when you begin to feel that others are supernatural, which is not the case. So you need to be ready for the society. You need to be set to face the fear and overcome it. You face it, overcome it. It comes in as just like any other challenge. All these people are armed with very sharp objects, ready to slaughter you down. They don't want you to get to the other goals, but it is the bridge that you have to cross. So you have to be ready. Come December 2021, you must be able to present, your achievements. You must be ready to show that you have achieved A, B, C, and D. And these people will be glad to clap before you. These people will actually blow the biggest noise towards your success. So let's take note of them and know that it happens. Yeah, so basically there's always a starting point in everything. Yes, you might have joined Phytoscience as a silver member, as a gold member. Maybe you have utilized the booster promotions that we had last year and some that are being extended for West Malaysia to become a platinum. Now that you have become a platinum, now that you have finally become part of the Phyto family, what is it that you need to do to ensure that you arrive? Because you have only started, you have just taken the first step. Perhaps you are on the second step, but every step you take leads you to the next, and which is always a better level that you attain. So I also had a starting point. This was back in the year 2016, in March 2016, when we started engaging with Phytoscience, when the wonderful news of Phytoscience came to me. And we started by talking about the double stem cell and the goodness in business and all that. And I was alone as I started. But along the way, I got friends who listened and appreciated the innovation. People like Dr. Eunice from Uganda, people like the Dennis from Uganda. Basically, many people joined with us. And that is how we started. At that time, I had not earned even a single dollar at Phytoscience. It was only after the first person, who happens to be Dr. Eunice Maumbe, who registered as the first silver, that I earned my first $29.2 then. Yeah, $29.2 then. Today, that mission I took on has yielded not less than 44,000 USD. When I combine my accounts. And the very first account at, I think, 312,000 USD, that is the one that is at Crown Diamond. So I have those other accounts that are at 60,000 USD, 50,000 USD, several other accounts that were created along the way. But I also started as a silver member, later upgraded to the mobile then, which is actually the current platinum. So through that determination, focus, I found myself becoming a diamond. I'm sure most of you are going to be diamonds by the end of this year. I'll see many of you become blue diamonds by the end of this year. We are yet to see so many black diamonds by the end of this year. So this was the journey. This was actually the journey that we are taking. And then I was later recognized for achieving an income of 106,000 USD in a space of 4 months. I think 4 months, I believe it was 4 months. So during the year 2019, we were recognized in Malaysia during the training in June 2019 for having hit 106,000 USD in just 4 months. So as cumulative income in that period of time. And I was not alone. We were with a few other leaders, and that is Edwin from Zambia, our trend ambassador there, trend ambassador Zimbabwe, Mr. Hamim, Tanzania. We had Dr. Diva, India. We had Mr. Hirojit, Manipur, Dr. Mboni, Tanzania, and many others, as you can see here. Just that the picture captured a few of us. But if I was able to do that in 4 months, then it means it could have even been less. Or you too can do it, and you can actually achieve much, much, much more, depending on how you choose to handle things and what direction you choose to take. Later on, I was recognized for hitting the black diamond. Yeah, by then it was double diamond, but the equivalent of black diamond. By this was a certificate awarded by the founder Phytoscience, our late Tansri Datosri Laitek Peng. So eventually, February 2020, a few months down the road, that's when I actually achieved the full black diamond. Yeah, black diamond by then was 300. I don't know. Was 160,000, I think. Now the black diamond is at 100,000 USD. You achieve 100,000 USD, you are black diamond. Then a few months down the road, from February 2020 to September 2020, here comes your crown diamond currently. And I thank God, I thank Phytoscience for these achievements and for seeing me through this journey to where I have reached in the last 4.5 years. This is wonderful indeed. Yeah, so now I begin to see many other things following in the few months of last year. This was September, and then when it came to December, I saw a few other things beginning to take course. Yeah, so in the festive season, we also had a wonderful traditional ceremony with my wife here. This was a moment when we were in Malaysia in June 2019. So later, I see this achievement also coming through towards the end of the year, 2020. So I would like also to congratulate, and in a very special way, our black diamond from Nigeria, Mr. Abdul. That's our huge trend ambassador over there. Very young millionaire, upon this wonderful mansion. I talked to him the day I landed on these photos. I called him direct and I spoke to him, and I could hear the love and the joy, in the voice. Yeah, he told me he actually started on the foundation of this house 1 year, 6 months ago. So this is an achievement that he started on 1 year, 6 months ago from the foundation. He did not buy this structure. He actually started the construction of this structure. So congratulations, dear Trend Ambassador Nigeria, and congratulations to the entire Nigeria team. I would also like to congratulate our leader in Zambia, Trend Ambassador Edwin Kalunga. I remember in the year of 2017, this is when I had just met this gentleman, and we were beginning to have some few conversations. And before I knew it, on the 3rd of February 2017, he sent me a copy of the certificate of registration of the company in Zambia, before he even became a member in Zambia. So he was able to register the company before he even became a member with Phytoscience, So I could see he was a very, very set gentleman. And later on, I saw him send me the money via Western Union to get started with Phytoscience. And he could challenge me with some very smart, questions, So he would ask me things like, is it possible, to become a mobile? By then we had what we call junior mobile instead of the junior platinum that we have now. I think it is somewhere. I put it somewhere. Yeah, you can see, okay, I think you give me more information when I'm on the system. This is what I'm going to do, sir. I'll utilize my funds, I believe, for junior mobile promotion to register. I was telling him to start as a silver, but he would, mention to me, I want to get started with a higher one. Why would I go for the smaller package? You see? So at the end of the day, this gentleman, Edwin Kalunga from Zambia. Got started with Phytoscience. You can see when we were battling through what username do you want to take up, and he was suggesting certain usernames, and they were taken, and I was telling him, okay, try another. So he chose Zambia King. I knew this gentleman was set to bomb. So, ladies and gentlemen, mind about the username that you select when you are getting started with Phytoscience. Encourage your team, the new ones that are coming to Phytoscience, that are joining your team. Encourage them to choose an appropriate, username. So this Zambia King, as he called it, indeed, a few years down the road, he proved that he was a Zambia King. So you can see from this home that he was occupying before, and then at the time he visited Malaysia for his very first time, this is the house that he was accommodated in. This is where he was staying. From his first few bonuses from Phytoscience, he was able to buy himself an air ticket and get to Malaysia. So when he came back, he relocated. So later on, I think 1.5 years down the road, we find Edwin Kalunga, getting himself a Range Rover. As you can see here, this was actually for the wife. He got it for the wife, and he's now in a wonderful home with electric fence, with everything. And today I talked to him, and he mentioned to me that he was deep in the farm. I wanted him to come and share with us. I don't know whether he's online today, but I was challenging him to come and share with us so that we can see that if you get started in a focused mode as the year begins off, truly you will achieve a lot. There's a lot one can achieve. So all that comes to us because of this network marketing. Do we have Edwin with us today? Mr. Shas, can you check for me if Basilai Kalunga is with
No,
us
he's
today?
not online. He's not
He's
online.
not? Oh, okay. Then
He's
I
not
can
online.
continue. Yeah, so I think the network was so bad where he is, but he alerted me that he was deep in his farm. He has a huge farm, in addition to these achievements at Phytoscience. So all that is in the name of network marketing. So what is this network marketing that you got involved with, that you chose, to be part and parcel of? So, and why network marketing? Above all, why you? Why you? So there are different reasons. You have your different reasons as to why you chose to consider another source of income as Phytoscience. So network marketing is something simple. It is a new venture. It is a business of the 21st century. I don't want to go into the details of that, but it is not the traditional style of doing business that most of us are well versed with. It's very different, So we are going to look through it briefly so that we understand. But this is also very important. As we engage into it, you must know that just like this seed, you see here, the tiny seed, it knew that it had to grow, but in order to grow, it needed to be dropped in dirt, covered in darkness, and struggle to reach the light. So I challenge you, as you get into this network marketing industry, as you try to conquer through the network marketing industry, you must understand that there are challenges. You must understand that you have to go to attend training. You must understand that you'll be disrupted along the way. Now, you must understand that there are those strangers who are armed with sharp knives, ready to, challenge you. The relatives, friends that I talked about, that you must overcome. There's a lot that you have to overcome. So, only if you overcome that, shall you actually enjoy this, success that we talk about. Suffer the pain of discipline or suffer the pain of regrets. We need a lot of discipline. Network marketing requires you to be very disciplined so that you can actually achieve, so that you can actually see and witness the success that you long for. So it's very important to observe discipline. It is very important to respect your business, respect the company, respect your business partners, whether it is a downline or somebody you talk to and joined your team tomorrow, yesterday, or the one who is going to join your team tomorrow. That's so-called upline who was very, very, considerate and came to you and talked to you about the stem cell, the crystal cell, the double stem cell, the business opportunity at Phytoscience. You have to really respect those people. So the network marketing industry happens to be a business model, to come with a business model that depends on person-to-person relationship in building sales by independent business representatives. You can just take a photo of this so that you can look at it later, because I'll not have the time to go through everything. But at the end of the day, it's all about leverage. It's all about utilizing your contacts, utilizing your relationships with other people, and at the end of the day, ensuring that you employ what we call the system of leverage, to eventually get yourself to another level. So you have to use leverage through the people that you love, through those that might be your enemies, because perhaps tomorrow they'll become your friends, and any other person, for as long as it is somebody that can really talk to, that really has the capacity to communicate and talk to another. So we need them. You need them in your business. You need to open your mouth and be able to speak about Phytoscience, be able to speak about what you love at Phytoscience, whether it is the product at Phytoscience, whether it is the crystal cell, whether it is the management, whether it is the business that you love at Phytoscience. Speak it out, share it out, and at the end of the day, you'll see the leverage take its course. So how you get leverage in network marketing? Most people who join our industry make one common mistake, which I prefer talking about, and that mistake is basically selling and selling and selling. They think that at Phytoscience, it's about selling, or network marketing is about selling. Selling of what? And those are the products. So don't focus on selling like it is in the usual shops. Dennis yesterday, as he shared with us, he talked about network marketing and the advantages of network marketing, getting involved with network marketing. You can share online, you can have international business development. You can build beyond boundaries. You can interact and do business with strangers, people you have never met. There are so many advantages that come with network marketing. But as you do it, focus more on sharing and duplicating what you are doing rather than just selling the product. So that will help you, achieve faster and build a big team that will actually bring you a lot of good monies. They might be small monies from different people, but at the end of the day, you will appreciate the power that it has. So basically, there's need to generate leads or contacts. In that case, you need to generate contacts, associate with the people, find ways of getting to people. After getting to these people, you must expect to recruit some of them. You cannot recruit all. Unfortunately, that's how it is, because some will, some won't, and therefore you keep on moving, you keep on going on, you go to the next. So at the end of the day, some of those that you have talked to or engaged will actually become your recruits. They'll become your business partners when they choose to buy a package at Phytoscience. And then after buying the package at Phytoscience, there's need to build such a person. There's need to build and help that person manage their business. And that is exactly what we are doing tonight. So when there are these sessions, Zoom sessions of for training, maybe in your country, it is announced that you're going to have training sessions. Is very, very important. Much as you are a member, it's very important not to miss out on such a meeting or session, because you begin to develop into a real a business-minded promoter at Phytoscience. So leverage is very, very important in this. And as we talk about leverage, what is this power of leverage we talk about? What is the power of leverage we talk about? As you may realize, each one of us on this planet has only 24 hours to enjoy every day. 24 hours. 24 hours every day. Now, you'll find that much as we have the same the same number of hours to live in a day, the same number of hours to live in a day, some people will always be more prosperous. People will prosper beyond your reach. People will earn huge incomes beyond your reach as you thought. People will earn different salaries. People will earn different incomes, but more or less, when they are actually, having the same number of hours in a day. So it is very challenging sometimes. So where do you measure when it comes to building your business? When you are employing the power of leverage, how do you do it? How do you employ it? So it is very important to understand that we have the same time, but you may need to be very smart in your own way. That's why you find some business executives or entrepreneurs, they are smart in that when they realize that they have 24 hours of the day and 12 hours of that is daytime, 12 hours of that is nighttime, and they spend the night sleeping. They spend some of the day, having meals, in restaurants, enjoying their meals, maybe at home, or they're having some time with their children, their kids, like it is a weekend today. Later on, they discover that they have already lost a lot of their hours in terms of business. So what they do, they choose to employ another person. They choose to employ us. They choose to employ you. So in so doing, they are actually borrowing your hours. You see, they are actually borrowing your hours. So basically, and they pay a salary for that. There is a wage for that. They will rather pay you maybe some 500 USD as salary for 30 days. That is 24 hours, I believe, times 30. So you will have surrendered many hours, not 24. They will not take all your 24. They will have taken, I think, 8 or so hours of your 24 hours. So for those 8 hours per day of your 24 hours, will win you a salary at the end of the month. But in addition, much as you earn that salary, it's also very important to consider, owning a business, being a boss of your own self. So this is where the leveraged income comes in. So you'd rather, somebody at some point told us that, it's better to earn 1% of 100 people's effort than try to earn 100% of your own effort. You see, than try to earn 100% of your own effort. Best example I can give at the moment in this regard is people who go to, let's say, farmers. Let's consider farmers. You have maybe 5 acres of land somewhere, because I do a lot of farming as well. You have many acres of land somewhere, and you need it to be cultivated. So the better thing to do, instead of you trying to do everything by your own self on those so many acres of land, is better you engage, you employ, you commit a few other people to render you some of their effort, some of their energy, some of their resources, so that at the end of the day you achieve much more in a specific period of time. Yeah. So if it was going to cost you, let's say, 1 week to fully cultivate that piece of land, perhaps if you engage another 10 people, maybe it will cost you 3 days. So you realize that their effort has done a lot in terms of securing you some time freedom, securing you maybe time to do a few other activities. Maybe if you have other projects that are ongoing, you'll have time to do those projects. So that's how it is. So employing this principle of leverage is very, very important. So when it comes to network marketing, yes, we do understand that you are engaging with business at Phytoscience. And this business you are engaging with at Phytoscience is actually a business that requires you to work with people. Is a business that requires you to duplicate what you know about Phytoscience through others and with others, so that they too can engage and put in an effort. So it's about having a team to work with. It's about having a group to work with. Now, you'll find that each of those members in the group presents a certain percentage of effort towards your business. Yeah, maybe they are busy talking to somebody out there about crystal cell. Another one is busy out there talking to somebody else about Phytoscience. Then the other is out there busy talking to somebody about the trips that are offered at Phytoscience and maybe the ranks and the like. So at the end of the day, as they all register in Phytoscience, you find that their effort has played a role towards your big income that you're going to earn at Phytoscience. So it becomes much more effective, and you find that you're using less energy, you're using less time. Maybe you can put aside 3 hours of the day for Phytoscience, but the outcome, you find that it is, huge. The results will be huge because you are actually doing it right. So you find less energy is used, and you can take the principle that applies in liver. Like for those who do a lot of physics, those who are engineers and the like, they understand it better. Where you find a crane on a construction site is doing a lot of work, using little effort, but because of how it is, implemented, how it is done, you find that a lot more is achieved in a short period of time at that construction site. So basically, it is utilizing the power of people, utilizing the power of the team, the power of contacts, and the power of business partners. So leverage network marketing comes from building a team, a network of people who all use the products, sell the products, and build a team of their own. So at the end of the day, Phytoscience connects it to you, and there are rewards for their effort as well, much as they are also rewarded for their effort. So like I said, you just take a photo and then maybe you can look at this later on. So you can build a network and you can have 50 people, you can have 70 people, you can have 100 people, you can have 1,000 people, you can have 1,000,000 people at Phytoscience within your team. But at the end of the day, you find that if any of them is able to offer 1% of their effort, at the end of the day, you'll have either 100% effort or 1,000% effort or 10,000% effort, realized from those people. So it's very, very important. Robert Kiyosaki tells us that leverage is the reason some people become rich and others do not, like I've just been mentioning it. So you choose how you employ this concept and this principle. If you employ it right and well, automatically, you'll see a lot of results, huge results. So at Phytoscience, if you use the leverage that is available to you to your advantage, you'll be among the top earners in your group. And that is exactly what happened. So through the years, 4.5 years, I have realized what I've realized because of the principle of leverage. So take the work in your the work in your, is it your hands? What? Let me see. I don't know what I put here. Okay, so use the product yourself, introduce others and teach them to do the same. Basically, this is duplication of what you do, and that's how you succeed. To get leverage in network marketing, you must recruit and build a team. So get down and build the team. Do not measure on sales. Do not measure on selling by your own self. Do not measure on getting to your customers and every now and then you are taking product and selling to them for retail profit. You may find that you are actually not doing it the way you are supposed to be doing. So repeat the process of recruitment, repeat the process of engaging people about Phytoscience over and over many times. At the end of the day, you realize that your team is growing. You realize that there is a huge team growth that is happening, and as well as the results as they show. So it takes time for leverage to actually work out, but at the end of the day, it is worth it. It is worth it. Yeah. So how to succeed in network marketing? Choose the right company. I want to congratulate you for considering and choosing Phytoscience as that right company that is going to lead you away and take you to another level. So choosing the right company is very, very powerful, is very important, and it is paramount. Do research about the company that you are engaging with. Get to know more about Phytoscience. Get to know more about the profile, the background, how old is Phytoscience, what are the packages that are available at Phytoscience when it comes to business. Understand these packages. Get to interact with the staff if you are able. Ask them a few questions by writing to info@icrystalcell.com in case you have anything that you want to understand about Phytoscience. Or engage your upline, your sponsor, the person that has talked to you about Phytoscience. Ask them questions so that you are engaging with the right company, which is actually in our case, Phytoscience. Yeah, so that is very, very key and very important. Study the products very well and the services that are offered at Phytoscience and get to understand what products they are and what they are for, and who to promote them to, and who would be the target market for those products. What are the prices? You need to have them at your fingertips so that in case of any question, you are quick to answer. Yeah, so it's you to promote these products. So you should dedicate yourself to knowing everything about the products of Phytoscience. So when it is the crystal cell, get to know what the crystal cell is. Get to know about the ingredients that are in this that make this product. Get to know about the tomato carotenoids. There's a tomato carotenoid in here. The blueberry, the tomato fruit extract, the dextrose, all these ingredients, they should be on your at your fingertips, so that if somebody asks why is it that there is a tomato fruit extract in here, why that tomato fruit extract is in there. If it is about the water moisturizer, the H2O2, that I've seen many people win this on the Zoom calls, so it's wonderful, very good skincare product for skin rejuvenation and so much more. What about this Actio Plus? What is it for? Get to know what the Actio Plus does and how it is used. People will ask you, so how many drops do I use in a day? How many drops do I use in an hour? How many times do I apply this in a day? So you need to have that information as well. Yeah, and you should also tell them how it is a good and powerful immune booster. Depending on the challenge that is at hand, you should be able to advise the person on what to take and how to use it. We also have the double stem cell. Yeah, I don't have a packet with me here. I just have a sachet. The double stem cell, very wonderful. Actually, this is our flagship product 8 years down the road. This is what Phytoscience started with and still available for you to enjoy. These two, you need to know the difference between the double stem cell and the crystal cell. These are more or less similar, just that there is an added ingredient in the crystal cell which is not in the double stem cell, but they do more or less the same thing. So you need to have your people get to know that. So, and much more. Yeah, so read the company policy, code of conduct, terms and conditions, so that in the near future you're not caught off guard. You're not held responsible for perhaps misconduct or being indisciplined. To your team, to the company, to the clientele. So it's very important to understand the company code of conduct, the policies, terms, and the conditions. Watch out for the red flag competitors. Very many competitors out there will come trying to confuse you. They will portray something like this. They will display to you something which is similar. Perhaps even the packaging might look the same, and they will tell you, we have the stem cell, we have stem. Oh, you're talking about stem cell, we have stem cell. You need to find out, is it the right stem cell? Is it the right organic stem cell that I expect from Phytoscience, or they're just talking about crystal cell? Some of them have gone ahead to give it a name which looks like our own. So there are so many out there that you need to be very careful about. They always come to you and mention how it is from Ibel biochemistry. They will claim, we have stem cell from Ibel biochemistry. Do they actually have stem cell, with the ingredient? Because it is the ingredients of the organic stem cell that we do get from Ibel biochemistry in Switzerland. But some of those, companies will come to you, claiming to be getting it from Ibel biochemistry in Switzerland, which is wrong, whatever they have. So in most cases, you'll find they are getting it through fourth parties, fifth parties, not even third parties. But even if it were a third party, you need to find out whether the third party actually has the rights, to avail that, or if they are availing the right thing. Some of them actually claim to have stem cell, but you find that this organic stem cell they claim to have is just 0.0 something percent ingredient in what they are giving you, which is not the case with Phytoscience. So originality is very, very important. Phytoscience is known as the pioneer company that brought the idea and is authorized by Mibel Biochemistry to distribute their formula of the phytoceltic innovation. That is the organic stem cell. So that is very, very important. So draw up a business plan towards your success this year. Have a clear business plan of what you want, how you are going to get it, and how you intend to ensure that you achieve it. So that way you can hit the ground running when you eventually start. So look at the product, analyze it very well, set your goals right. And these goals are supposed to be written down. You should be having a diary already well set for 2021. If you lack a diary, then I would suggest that tomorrow, it should be the first thing you secure yourself. A diary for 2021. Have that with you. Have a notebook with you ready to get started, for 2021. If you need to have two, have them. If you need to have four, have them. But make sure you are prepared to get rolling. Yeah, for the long term. So what is your strategy? What strategy are you going to use to utilize? For now, we are using the Zoom. We are utilizing the Zoom. This is a very, very powerful platform that we are utilizing, where you will actually just invite people with the link to attend, and somebody else will take it on your behalf. And at the end of the day, they will be getting back to you, just to sign up, just asking, how do I get started? Because they'll have got it all. So it's very, very important. This Zoom platform is a very, very powerful tool that we can utilize, especially amidst the COVID pandemic season. Some countries are still in lockdown, and this would be good. Countries like South Africa have gone back into lockdowns. Countries like Zimbabwe back into lockdown. I think the MCO for Malaysia is still on, and a few other countries. We have Rwanda. I think it has also gone back into the lockdown. Same applies to UK. So it's very good to readjust in strategy where you can, to make sure that the results still show at the end of the year. Yeah. So do you have the right mentor? It's very good to associate with somebody who you believe can take you to another level, can help you arrive at another level of achievement. And the very first mentor you should consider is your immediate upline, the person who actually broke the news of Phytoscience to you, the person who has actually taken their time to share about Phytoscience with you. Along the way, consider leaders, people who are already successful at Phytoscience. Coordinate with them, communicate with them. Normally, they say that you'll be an average of 5 people that you normally interact with. So you choose your circles very well. Choose the circles very well that you're going to engage in, so that you are not misled, so that you are not dumped somewhere, so that at the end of the day you achieve what you are supposed to achieve. So a mentor is very, very important. Is he available for to help you whenever you need assistance? Is it the person that you can work with? Is it somebody who is honest enough that you can actually trust in? Yeah, if that person can do that, then you may have to consider them as a mentor. Know your business partner. This is more or less the same as the mentor that we talked about, or somebody who introduced you. Seek to understand who this person is, how they do it, how the business runs in their case, and ask direct questions. Be specific as you engage with this person, so that you get a proper understanding of what you're engaging with. Attend company meetings and trainings. I talked about this. This is very, very paramount, very important, whether it is going to be physical meetings or online meetings or virtual meetings, whatever it may be. But you need to engage in attending these meetings and trainings, especially the trainings, because there is joining Phytoscience, but at the end of the day, there is also being successful at Phytoscience or succeeding in Phytoscience. succeeding in phytoscience will depend on the training that you receive regarding phytoscience. But joining at Phytoscience presents a platform for you to eventually succeed with Phytoscience. But it's only through attending and engaging in training, being a presenter, because at some point you need to know how you can also stand before a group and communicate to them about phytoscience, about the stem cell, about the crystal cell, about the double stem cell. Talk about it, talk for it. So that you need to do if truly you are going to succeed in phytoscience. Yeah, so that's very, very important. So build a prospect base this January. Don't wait for February. Don't wait for tomorrow. Think about your name, put it down, straight in your diary, put it down. Record it. Don't have it in the mind. Don't try to record in your mind that I'm going to talk to so and so tomorrow. No, you will not meet Moses tomorrow. If you have met him today, you need to write down that, write him down. Moses, I'm supposed to meet Moses tomorrow. I'm supposed to meet Amos, on such and such a day. You have to. You need to have everything, put to book in your diary, so that you do not end up forgetting. You do not end up making business that was supposed to be for tomorrow. It eventually becomes business of May. That is not how it is supposed to be. So have the contacts in place, and at the end of the day, it will always be exciting. Social media is also very good. Those who are good at Facebooking, those who are good at Twitter, those who are good at Instagram, I'm sure there are some of you that might be sharing live right now on Facebook, and would like to appreciate those who are attending this Zoom meeting via Facebook. That is very powerful. It's also a very powerful tool. So utilize your social media platforms to make sure that your business gets to another level. Watch what you put on your status when it comes to WhatsApp. Watch what you share, or on these other platforms. Whatever I know, there are so many platforms. There's, I think, in China they have, and Malaysia they do use this version of WhatsApp. This friend of WhatsApp is called what? I forget it. Yeah, I forget it. But there are so many platforms that can be used. Yeah. So cold calling is also good, but old-fashioned, yes, like I put it here. But if it can work for you, well and good. You can still utilize it. Yeah, it is called WeChat. That application is called WeChat. For the Chinese and people who are in Malaysia, in Asia, basically, WeChat is also another platform that can be used. So personal interaction is also very important, very useful. And when you are prospecting, don't go direct to the person at the very start, and you show them that you really want them to be enrolled in Phytoscience. No, that is wrong. You need to build a relation. You need to start the conversation from another angle. Then at the end of the day, you can come to your Phytoscience business. Follow up with your prospects. Very many of us fear to follow up, or have a very big challenge when it comes to following up with people. You easily forget that so and so gave you an appointment for next week, and by the time you realize it is another month. So it's very, very important to come up with a very clear, good strategy of how you're going to improve when it comes to following up with prospects. Not only prospects, by the way, but even your clients. Your team. Your team also needs follow-up. There are people who sign up tomorrow, and they start enjoying the crystal cell, the double stem cell. At the end of the day, they forget, or they were not told that there is also a business opportunity at Phytoscience. So if they started as a consumer, there's need to keep following them up, and you get to know how they are doing with the product, so that you can now convert them into business promoters, into business partners, because they have seen what the product is able to do, the impact it has had in them, in their health, in their life, and therefore they might be willing to actually take it on as a business opportunity. So that's very, very important. So don't stop recruiting, never stop recruiting, because the one you recruited today, you're not sure if they will actually be with you on your journey in the next 3 or 4 months. You're not sure if this so-called leader that has become a diamond today in your team will actually be with you in the next 3 years or in the next 2 years. So you cannot afford to stop recruiting, regardless of the rank you are at in phytoscience. Yeah, even our crown president Zaza Razali, sometime back when she was sharing with us, she told us that she's still out there on Facebook and other places, posting and trying to attract new members to phytoscience to herself. So it's not about having 20 direct sponsored members and you feel you have arrived or that's it. No, you keep talking, because our duty day in, day out is just talking and talking and talking about phytoscience, about the stem cell, about the innovation that we have that is really doing a lot to the entire globe. We have so many testimonies out there. Share the testimonies on Facebook. Share the testimonies on WhatsApp. Share the testimonies on your status, wherever, whichever media you are utilizing. And somebody will approach you. Somebody will look into that, and they'll have reason to get to you. So, mentor your recruits effectively. Speak to your members. Have and create time for your team. Create time for your business partners. Have a moment with them. Have a private sharing with them. We are attending the international Zoom today. This is now general, but you need to have a specific, or a, a specific meeting or Zoom meeting with your own team. Don't look at depending on general Zoom meetings every now and then. No, that's not right. Your team needs you. Your team needs to to share their experiences with you regarding phytoscience and how they are promoting phytoscience. They need to give you feedback on what they find in the field when they go out to talk to people. They need to seek assistance. They need to seek assistance from you. So there has to be a platform where you interact with your team. Yeah, where you interact with your clients as well, because your clients might not be active promoters, but the way you interact with them and considering how often you reach out to them might actually contribute a lot towards converting them into promoters. There are clients who will just fall in love with the concept and begin giving you referrals without them even being members of phytoscience. So it will be only when you alert them that the people they referred you to are actually considering becoming members with phytoscience, that they will also be motivated to become members in phytoscience, so that they don't lose out on the rewards that come with that. Yeah, so it's very, very important to engage with your teams often or periodically. So ensure your team members actually earn by showing them the way. It's very sad when you enroll somebody in phytoscience, or when somebody decides to partner with you as a member in phytoscience, and 2 months down the road they have not earned even a pair at phytoscience. It would be very, very, very sad. Yeah. So when somebody decides to partner with you, especially for business at phytoscience, it is your duty to help them realize that actually such and such a bonus can be achieved in phytoscience. Once they attain or achieve their direct bonus, the very first direct bonus, the pairing bonus, they will now believe. Their level of confidence begins to raise. Yeah, when they receive the cash in their hands, they begin to have the feel of what it is to be involved with phytoscience business. So that's very, very important. Show them the way. Show them the way. Lead the way. That's what we are ought to do as leaders in network marketing. And the leader is the one that has already engaged the 2 people in phytoscience. If you have recruited 2 people in phytoscience, then you qualify as a leader, because to them you are their leader. So it's very, very important. So consult the experts, consult with the leaders, consult those who have been in phytoscience before you, consult those who have already achieved in phytoscience, like our CEO who has at the end of last year, about his second Rolls-Royce Wrath. Ask him how he's able to do that with a Lambo, with a Ferrari, with a BMW, with Alphard latest model, and all that. How is he able to achieve? Ask your country leader how he's able to achieve what he has achieved. Ask Mr. Abdul, Nigeria, how he has managed to to build that mansion in one year 6 months, in Nigeria, when he's a black diamond at Phytoscience. You see, so it's very important to interact with these achievers and get to know how they are doing it, so that your journey can actually be your journey at Phytoscience can actually be more smoother than it was supposed to be. So interacting with friends and your network at large is very, very important. So it's very important for us to put our contacts to work. Let me not use the word network. I want to use contacts. Let's put our contacts to work. Let's put our workmates to work. You might be, in real estate, perhaps. You might be a secretary in a certain office, and you have so many workmates. But besides being workmates, how are they contributing to your financial well-being in the near future? Or if you are out of that workstation or out of that company and you're not working with them anymore, how will they contribute to your future? Or how would you want them to contribute to your future? So it's very important to put your network to work. The network must be put to work. That's very, very important. Whether it is some religious people that you interacted with years ago, whether it is OBs and OGs from high school and maybe university and wherever, for as long as you are able to connect with them, please put your network to work. So this is how you can engage them, by engaging them or asking them to join you at Phytoscience, so that your future can actually be better. So decision is very important, and I would like to thank you and congratulate you for taking that wonderful decision to join with us at Phytoscience, or to partner with us in this industry of network marketing, because I believe you sat down and considered that you had to change. And when you decided that it was time for change, you decided to act accordingly. So success is not going to be an accident. It will be through your hard work, your perseverance, persistence, being determined, being committed, learning. Because, we learn and then we earn. That is very important. Today we are learning. I'm continuing to learn as well and study as well. Sacrifice the time that you need to study. And above all, you have to be passionate about Phytoscience. You need to develop that love for Phytoscience. And once you develop that, automatically, it will add up with the decision that you took, and you see the success begin to flow in. So change is very, very important, and we always change for better. We always change for better. Adjust where you have to adjust. If you utilize certain strategies in the year 2020 and you discovered that those strategies did not help you maneuver through it, achieve what you're supposed to achieve, then you may have to adjust, shift, and modify a few things where you need to do some modification. And if it has to be a new strategy, let it be a new strategy. At the end of the day, change for better, but not change for worse. So there is an old way of doing things, but we are saying, look, there is a new way of doing things at Phytoscience. There's a new way of doing things at Phytoscience, and if you choose to engage with us, if you choose to adjust in how you are doing your Phytoscience business, and you choose, for instance, I have seen our CEO since March, I think, 2020. I've seen him appear on every Zoom meeting without fail, all through, those so many months of the year. I think not less than 10 months of 2020. You see, so he commits, and usually it is from 11 p.m. in the night, West Malaysia, to around 2 a.m. in the night. So if he has been able to sacrifice that, whether he's going to speak on the Zoom or not, he's there. He's there. So if we can also commit and decide that our new way of doing things this year 2021, we cannot afford to miss any Zoom meeting. You make it paramount, you make it priority, you will do it. I have found myself driving 500 kilometers on highway while attending Zoom. Sometimes I host Zoom for my team in Uganda when I'm actually on the road. you know, so it's very, very important. So we have the past, we have the future that is, before us. So let's concentrate. Let's make sure that our future is brighter by embracing better and positive changes, not changes that are going to make you, draw back in business and in performance. So it's very, very, very important. So how to change things when things seem hard? Just turn the switch on. It's just employ the technique of the switch. You have no light and you're in complete darkness. Let me just illustrate it here. I'm now in total darkness. I'm just before my laptop, I'm before my computer, but none of you can see my face, I believe. Yeah, none of you can see my face. You can only hear the voice. But it's just about, turning on the switch, just tapping somewhere. You just take a decision and that's it. You'll have the light. You'll have the light. So it's very, very, very important. So let the light shine this year. Let the light shine in your business this year, 2021. Let the light shine, in your respective countries, to ensure that Phytoscience is known by everybody, to ensure that you take it to another level. So, ladies and gentlemen, people with goals and dreams succeed because of one primary reason. They know exactly where they are going. It's very, very important to know the direction you are taking and to know why you are moving towards that direction. You may not be able to see what lies after the tunnel, but it's very important to get into the tunnel because you believe through that tunnel you will arrive to your destination. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope much as I've taken some good 1 hour, 1.5 hours or so, I hope it has brought in something new into your minds, and I'm sure if all of us can take decision to readjust in how we have been doing things, engage our teams in a different way this year, the year cannot end the same. The results that you are supposed to get will not be actually the same. So thank you so much for listening in. I would have loved to share much more in terms of clips and the like, but because of time, I would like people to share their testimonies so that we can build our confidence as well in that regard. So thank you so much, Mr. Shas, for allowing me the opportunity to share. Thank you so much. And we are the trend maker. Everywhere you go, please mention to somebody that you are a trend maker. Some of you have the fear. You cannot even mention to somebody that, you are a partner with Phytoscience, that you are a business partner with Phytoscience. You fear. You wonder why people do fear. As you introduce yourself to this new person you are meeting in the year, please mention to them that I'm so and so. I'm Lucy, and I'm from UK, and I'm a business partner with Phytoscience. Yeah, I'm an accountant, but I'm an accountant and at the same time a business partner with Phytoscience. That's very important. So show the world that you're a trend maker. And at the end of the day, we always embrace it, as we mentioned to our own selves, that we are the trend maker. Thank you so much, Mr. Shas.
Right. Thank you very, very much to our leader Martin, all the way from Uganda. Very, very interesting training today. And one thing that I think I took it very, how to say, I think very, very powerful is to embrace changes. Yeah, we want to grow, we need to accept changes, continue to move forward, because growth itself is a change, right? If you have no changes, there will be no growth in your life, in your business, and you cannot make a new income without any changes to yourself. So once again, one round of full reactions to leader Martin. Very, very interesting, and it's very good for people who has joined in the new business. You follow step by step every training sessions. Last week from Metamorphilia, now leader Martin. Step by step with our trainings. Every single weekend, you learn something new, and you will, by the end of this year, achieve something through Phytoscience. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to open to the floor for testimonials. Anyone who would like to share your testimonials with the products of Phytoscience, please raise your hand. I'll just unmute you and you can share your story with the rest of us. Anyone for this week? If any of our co-hosts would like to share the testimony, you can. Leader Martin, I think last week you have one that you couldn't share, right? You might want to start.
Okay, let me search that testimony and see if I can share it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one is a very interesting one. It's by my dad. I can actually do it verbally without playing video. I offered him Actio Plus, one bottle of Actio Plus. He had visited me last year, I think in July, around that time. So I offered him Actio Plus and 3 packets of Crystal Cell. I think it was 2 packets of Crystal Cell and a double stem cell packet. He's about 59 years of age now. But he had developed a challenge through his course of work. He's a doctor, and he has set up his own clinic. And I realized that this time round he was having challenges with sight. You know, he was having challenges with sight, basically old age kind of challenges, and he was generally weak. So I decided to offer him those 3. So when I offered him the Actual Plus, the two crystal cell and the double stem cell, he came back on the visit to the city 2 months down the road, and he was sharing a lot with us. He shared a testimony to do with his eyesight. You know, he had lost his good sight, and I think through the activities he was involved with, and he had come to the level of using the eyepiece of the microscope. He would disassemble the microscope, remove the eyepiece, and if he was to search for a contact in his phone, much as the phone already has light, he would have to, to utilize the microscope eyepiece so that words can be magnified on the phone. And he was able to utilize that to scroll through the phone, identify a contact, and then dial that number. So now he came back challenging us and telling us how he was no longer using that eyepiece, to scroll for contacts in the phone, and he was also able to read for us very small font size character on our brochure. We have a brochure that we use in Uganda for promoting our business, and it has sections which are really small font size. But he was able to read that for those who were at the office then, and everybody was excited. Yeah, so I'll look for the video. I'll try to hunt it down and see if I can play it before the meeting ends. But it was very exciting on his side. That's the one I wanted to share, but I'll try and look for the video. If I'm not able to play it here, I'll post it to the chat room. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Leader Martin. And it's really, really good that a lot of people have improved. Huh? Okay. So anyone who would like to share your testimony, you can raise your hand. We have time for 3 more testimonies for the day. All right. Anyone who would like to share your testimony, you can raise your hands. Okay, we have Elizabeth. Oh, nope. I think she raised down her hands. All right, we still have time for 3 more testimonies. Anyone who would like to share your testimony with the Phytoscience products? Pastor Mutema, would you like to share? I think last week that your connection was not too good. You didn't manage to share your testimony, right?
I'm trying to look for my testimony. I'm trying to share my with my customer, but I sent it to the CEO. But I think that other week he may not even see it himself, so that he could share it with us. But I'll tell you what it is. My neighbor, you know, sometimes we go very far. Shaz, we sometimes go very far when the customer is next door. So this friend of mine is a colored community, large community. The largest community is the blacks, but the whites are a very large community. I think we are one of the countries in Africa with a very large community of white people. And then we have the coloreds. And you can understand why the coloreds, because if they are blacks and whites, something can happen. So now I have been thinking as a leader here, what shall I do to meet the different groups so that we have a leader for the coloreds, we have a leader for the whites, and we in the black community, of course, we are many. So then one day, just here next door, can my picture be seen there? Can you see my picture there? So they had a Christmas party. So I went in there, you know, he's just a friend. So I walked by, and then I found a lot of them there. And then he said, by the way, Pastor, talk to us about stem cells. So, you know, what an opportunity. I rushed home, took my my pictorial prospectus, and then I went through, talked to them. One guy just wrote a platinum right away, and his wife is Indian, you know, and he is a colored. And we were joking there. He said, you know, Pastor, this wife of mine, these are Indians. We cannot make it easy to make business with Indians. But then she was interested, you know, so I wrote her down. Her brother is in New Zealand. So I was thinking one day I must land in New Zealand also. So then I wrote them down. And then after 1.5 weeks, you see, they suffer from something very interesting, buzzing in the ear. It's like there's something in the ear, maybe an insect or something. He had been suffering for that for 14 years. So he was taking double stem cells for 1.5 weeks. So during this short time, he says to me, Pastor, that thing has stopped. And then I said to him, let's come here by the swimming pool. I'll give it to you one day. I said, come here by the stream, and we took a video. Said, you know, I also have problems with the ear. I don't get my balance easily. Can I so join? So I also joined them. So I was saying to them now, you will be the leaders for the colored community. I'm already pushing hard in the black community, and we must look for a leader in the white community as well. And sometimes we fear people just because maybe they are not our race. I went to the airport one day, and then I walked into the airport. It's not allowed, but I said it to the security, can I go and take a picture with at the plane there? And they said, yeah, no problem. And so I walked and stood in the door of the plane, and they took a picture for me. And then I said to this guy, what are you doing here? He says, I'm dealing with, he explained to me what he deals with there. And then I said, have you ever considered making extra money? Because he's a young man, a young white guy. He says, yeah, the life is hard in South Africa. Then I said, then I started speaking to him, getting an appointment. He said, I would love to see this thing. So I read a book, Charles, some years ago. It says, it's called Success System That Never Fails. And this book says, go where you refuse to go and go where you are afraid to go. Because these places we fear to go to, especially if the corona was not disturbing us like this, these are places where other salespeople also fear to go. And you'll find that there's a group of people there that never get sold anything. And sometimes we can sponsor them into phytoscience there. So I'm looking forward to this family to extend the work into the colored community. And then I was saying to my family and the other leaders, let's get into the white community as well and see if we cannot do well in 2021. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Pastor, for sharing on the insights of what's happening in your country, in your community. Yeah, but I think, like you mentioned, when the white said that life is hard, it's a very, very common issue right now, especially in this pandemic situation. But whenever someone asks you when life is hard, I think one very important thing that they need to understand that life is hard regardless what you do, right? But the most important thing is, are you willing to work hard now to change life is hard to life is easy in the next 2 years with Phytoscience, right? Okay, so we still have a little bit of time for 2 more testimonials perhaps. So anyone else who would like to share your testimony? You can raise your hand. Last week we have so many, so this week we have lack of testimonials. Huh? So 2 more testimonials before we end the night. Lexa from Kenya. Hello, Lexa. Lexa,
Hi.
you might want to put your video on.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. So here in Kenya, I wanted to just tell you how we started or how we got to know about phytoscience. We were introduced to phytoscience by a guy from Zambia called Gigi. He came to tell us about phytoscience. I think that was 2019. And he explained to us how it helps. We got excited to try because most of us would complain of backache, maybe because we are growing old, backache, sometimes knee pain or something like that. So I used it. One thing that I noticed is that I had so much energy. I could not complain anymore doing my work. I can do work up to 11, wake up very early without any problems. Then I tried to explain the same to my husband and say, there's a miracle food supplement here. Maybe you try, because I saw he was developing a bald head. Then, men are very difficult to convince. So I said, you just try it and see, maybe your hair can come back. Then I gave him 2 packets. He was traveling to Germany that time. I didn't believe, of course, but I thought, why not try it and we see? Because it promotes cell development. Then he left with those 2 packets of crystal cells. When he came back, when he opened the door, entering at home, I saw something has changed on him. And I looked, I said, something has changed on you? Then I saw, it's the hair. You see, his hair had grown back. From that time, actually, I took it so seriously to tell my friends the importance of using crystal cells. And slowly, actually, we are building our team. I have, at least by now, of course, 2019, we had a very big break because of Corona. We lost all the crystal cells. We couldn't get any, so we had an issue. But then Leader Martin came in to rescue us. So we started again, I think, around August 2020. From August up to now, our team has grown. I think I have around over 20 people. And I'm sure soon we'll form that team and we'll come all of us with our testimonies. So we are also happy here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Lexa, all the way from Kenya. So with hair growth, I think it's a very, very common problem for men after 40s, yeah?
Yeah.
Front part of the hair, you start say bye-bye.
Yes, exactly.
And one very, very important point, I think, is you mentioned that you start losing your backaches, yeah? So
Yes.
for all the husbands out there, if your wife complained that they're too tired to do housework, you buy them Crystal Cell, yeah? So
Yes,
it'll be good for
exactly.
them to do the housework. All right, so we can have one more person to share from Namibia, Nalau. All right.
Oh, thank you, Sasa. I just have a question to ask. The leader from Kenya, how many packs does her husband used? And if she has some photos at least to share with us, it's so hard to convince people here in Namibia to tell them that their hair can come back, you know. At least just to share with us in addition to the one that we have already. Thank you.
All right, hold on, yeah, Alexa. I'll just unmute you back. And I think it's good so they can share with us how many sachets did the man use on Crystal Cell, and how frequent did he use, and how long did you take before he starts seeing the results?
Okay. Like my husband, because the first time, actually, I should tell you the truth, I didn't believe that it could work. But from the information, from reading about the crystal cells, one of the things is about stem cell development or rejuvenation. So I believed that the boldness, if he uses this, will go away. So I gave him 2 packets, exactly 2 packets, and I told him, take 1 packet in the morning before you take anything, and make sure that you drink a lot of water throughout the day. Make sure at least you take 3 liters of water. That's all. And he went out of the country, Kenya, to Germany for 2 months. So when he came back, so you see, a packet of crystal cells inside has around 15 sachets, 14 sachets. So 14 sachets, that's like a month. So you can imagine 14 sachets, 2 packets, 28 sachets. That means within 28 days, there was a very big change. It means he finished those 2 packets within a month. And he came the following month and his hair was good, even up to now, by the way. That's one thing that he really likes about crystal cells. He says, my hair really came back. Unfortunately, because I didn't believe it would really grow, I didn't take any effort. But the person who cuts his hair in the salon, when he went there, he asked him, what have you done to your head? So he said, I take something called crystal cells. Yeah. You can tell them to try. If they don't believe you, just tell them, take these 2 packets, take 1 sachet every day. And if it doesn't help you, tell me. I'm assuring you, you'll see they'll come back to you and say, yes, you are right. Even the issue of knee pain, back pain, for example, I have so many friends here who are priests because they kneel a lot in the Catholic Church. As you grow old, you start developing pain in the knees. You can't stand properly or something like that. That's one of the things that I've also noticed. Once they start taking crystal cells, their knees heal very nicely. And they and most of those who have registered actually are those who have such kind of problems. So convince them, give them 2 packets or register them. You see, they'll come back to you to tell you it is good.
All right, thank you, Raj Lexa. And I just want to remind everyone the speed of how Crystal Cell works. It is not the same for everyone. It is very subjective to our body receptors. Some people fast, some people a bit slower, but they definitely will see certain results when you start consuming on Crystal Cell. Okay, so we have one more testimony to come from David. All right, the last person for the night. Hello, David.
Hello.
Hello, David.
Hello, please. I'm at work and I'm in US. What I just need is I want to find out how to get registered in US here. Is there anyone that you can link me with to get registered in US, United States?
All right. Hi, David. First of all, I think you should refer to the person who invited you into this Zoom. Then
I just got the contact through a Facebook, and the person is in Namibia, but I reside in US here, and I want somebody that is in United States here, so I can register through the person. It's gonna be easier for me.
All right, David. This is the person who invited you from Namibia can actually assist you on registration. Then the local people from USA can actually assist you later on.
But is there any, because is there a link direct that someone I can know that's part of the meeting that I can communicate and register through instead of still going back to Namibia and then I'm in USA here? It's just going to be easy for me. Yeah.
All right, David, for any questions regarding to this, I would suggest you to drop an email to BDD. You might want to, I'll just show you the link first. Hold on, yeah. I'll share my screen. I'll share my screen. You take a screenshot, all right? Okay, you can drop an email to this email to ask for further assistance.
Hold on, let me take a screenshot. Oh, you said for any question.
All right, you can speak to Miss. You can speak to BDD at iCrystalCell.com to look for Miss Anita.
Okay, hold on.
All right, okay.
Hold on, I've taken a screenshot.
Take a screenshot. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, nice meeting you, David.
Okay, so I will just email
and
try to get a contact, right?
Yeah, to look for assistance. Okay. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and to just let me do this first. Okay. If all right, if David's outline, Pastor. If David's referral, the person who brought David to Zoom, I do suggest you to drop an email to Miss Anita as well, so that you let them know that your prospect will be contacting them shortly. All right, Pastor. Sorry.
Mr. Charles, I just wanted to say something here. Our sister spoke about, it's interesting in Kenya, spoke about how crystal cell can help grow the hair. That's very interesting. I think that's the use of the good use of these testimonies. I deal sometimes with medical experiments. So what we did here, because we heard that there were differences between crystal cell and double stem cell. So for 3 months now, my wife and I have been using double stem cell, one sachet twice a day to see what it will do. And we have noted certain things on our bodies. So beginning the beginning of February, we are going to start using crystal cell for the next 3 months, one sachet twice a day. We are not sick. We are not having any ailment, but we just want to see what it does on our bodies. One thing I have discovered is that the double stem cell does the same as well. You can see that I cut my hair, but it is very difficult to cut this hair, because if I don't cut it the following day, you can see it has already grown. Every day it grows in the night. You wake up in the morning, you have to use a machine to cut it again. So I think both crystal cell and double stem cell does, but according to our CEO, Miracle Intense Insects, should also be used to spray in the hair.
For hair growth, yes, definitely.
Yeah, for hair growth. so that while we are taking double stem cell or crystal cell, we should also spray those. It is a wonder of wonders. I also want to say
I do personally have testimonials on hair growth as well.
Yes, I also wanted to say to the team, the family science and phytoscience team, that I've been writing a whole document on what Leader Martin has been giving us. These are very important things because here we are talking about how do you get your customers, how do you start your work, how do you do. So really, what he spoke to us today, we should take it serious. It's not always the same stuff. And sometimes we look at it's very serious stuff here that I've taken from Leader Martin's sharing today. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Pastor Mutemwa. Okay. So I believe that is all the testimonials for the day. Thank you very much to all. Hi, Leader Martin.
Yeah, if you can allow me just 5 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
I've just got some few testimonies from my laptop that I would like to share. Unfortunately, the laptop I'm using is a new one, so I've had to pick a few from my other laptop. Otherwise, I would be presenting so many here. I have about 2. We had a gentleman. This one I think is in local language, but let me just talk about it before I share. We visited one of our remote areas in the country, and we found a gentleman who had been served with a double stem cell for about 2 months by certain members in that remote area. The gentleman has had stroke then, and he had been down. He could not walk for 2 years. 2 good years, he was not able to walk. And he was a very prominent farmer in the region. And they have cocoa, and that area is well known for cocoa growing, for those who know it. So this gentleman was known to the entire community, and to the shock of the entire community, this gentleman appeared where we were doing presentation. When I went to visit that region, we were hosted at the referral hospital of the region with the medical superintendent and the hospital administrator in that region. So we camped at the hospital. That's where we did our presentation from, for the doctors and the hospital staff. So amidst the presentation, that's when the family of this gentleman walked in. Everybody was fully shocked to see that gentleman walking, after a whole 2 good years, because of the stroke. So I'm just going to play the video so that you watch through it. The other one is in English. It's for another lead citizen who had been challenged with eyesight, and he had been taken to US and had 3 operations on his eyes, and 2 were done in Uganda, 2 operations, and 3 were done in USA, 3 operations on his eyes. So the time we met him up country, he had almost lost full sight completely, and also. And when he was presented, when they heard about being in the region, it was Dr. Eunice actually who engaged the family. Had moved, had not moved in that area then. So at the time I joined, I found shocking news because that was the second visit. And they took it while they were actually, more or less, I can say they were abusing Dr. Eunice. They were showing her they had seen it all, they had moved to the US, and they had used whatever they had to use, and how could they eventually come to land on something in their real village back home after incurring a lot and thousands of US dollars, and claiming that it could help the person's eyesight. So you also watch that clip. And then I think another is also to do with the eyes. Another lead citizen who came over to the office and was giving testimony, sharing about his experience. This is a gentleman who was not able to use WhatsApp, and now he was using WhatsApp after 21 days of using product. So I just picked the ones of eyesight, and together with that one for stroke, so that I can play for, maybe this can also help build confidence in somebody out there. Okay. So that is the man. The arm was not yet out, but you could see now he could walk at that point. And the people accompanying him is the wife and some other relatives from the family. Oh, sorry, it was a short clip. There's another which is big. Maybe I didn't pick it, but basically that was the gentleman. He could walk at that point. I'll play it again. This is a person who had spent 2 years not able to walk. So when they heard about being in the region, they came just to testify to the people. Yeah. And at that point, during this meeting, he was able to talk to people, which he had not done earlier. He had lost speech. He had the arm was almost folded in fully, and he could not walk. So in that meeting, at the end, he was able to greet people in the local language, and everybody was in full shock. So this is the one of the eyes. This is actually one of our pioneer testimonies in Uganda, up country.
That's amazing, Leader Martin. How long did he consume, Leader Martin? How long did he consume?
It was 1 month, double stem cell.
Wow.
Yeah. Before he could not walk by himself. But in the 1 month where there is good light, he could now move by himself.
That's amazing.
Wow, this is powerful.
How long was he unable to walk? Leader Martin, how long did he suffer?
Years. He talked about having the first operation, I think, done in Uganda. But I remember he talked of years. It was a year challenge.
Over a year?
Yeah. Over
Amazing.
a year.
Amazing.
Over a year. So I'll share another one. This one was somebody who came and gave feedback at the office. He's also an old man, the one who who could not do WhatsApp, and yeah. I think it is this one.
I don't hear anything though.
Real.
Yeah, there's no sound.
Just a minute. Maybe I didn't. Okay, you tell me if you can hear now. Let me just pick it up again. Is there a sound?
No.
Okay. I've stopped the sharing. I'll try it once. If it fails, then because it has loud sound, very good sound.
Okay. If it doesn't work, we can do it next week. No worries.
Okay, fine.
Let's try one more time.
No, you can proceed, Mr. Shash. I'll play it next time.
All right. Okay, we have one last person to raise the hand, and Crystal Pearl from UK to share her last testimony, and this will be the last one, yeah? So we would like to call it a night after this one. Thank you, Leader Martin. Hello, Crystal.
It's just a request, please. Can we have the video for the recovery, please?
Video for which recovery?
The man that walked after a year of using double stem cell.
You would want to have the video, yeah?
Yes,
all
please.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Leader Martin, perhaps you can share it into the international chat.
Please. On Crystal Dollar WhatsApp group.
Okay, I'll share it in the
official chat later. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
all
then
right.
the leaders will
Yep.
from there.
Okay. So, Pearl, later if you're not in the chat, then just check with your leaders, someone who's inside the official chat room, to share it with your team. All right. So I believe we have covered pretty much everything for the night. We had a very, very inspirational way to begin the year, and good training by Leader Martin all the way from Uganda. One round of full reactions to Leader Martin. And also thank you very much to all the testimony sharers from Kenya, also Leader Martin himself, and who else shared? Yeah. Oh, I think we need two sharers. Yeah. And also Pastor Mutema on your updates in your location. That is very amazing. So thank you very much, everyone. We still have 170 people who stayed with us all the way until the end. And this is the attitude of the trend makers in the making. Yeah. All right. So I will end it with our signature way. I'm just going to unmute everyone. All right. Before I do that, before I say the signature one, I want you all to give one round of full reactions for yourself for staying until the end. And now we're going to end it with our signature way. When I say Phytoscience,
we are the trend makers.
The trend makers.
The trend makers.
we are the trend
from Namibia.
Thank you. Leader Martin.
We are the trend makers. John from Malaysia. Wow, Kimber, you look so cool.
Namibia, we love you.
We are cool.